this channel is MANO, the channel dedicated to all cancer survivors from around the world. This is a space where we share our stories and we learn a little bit about this journey that is called life. Today we are going to talk with Amar. Amar is a survivor from Bosnia that is going to tell us about him. Hi, Amar.
Well, hello. My name is, as you have said, Amar Purišević. I am 23 years old and I come from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Tell me a little bit about you, who you are, what is your favorite food, and what are you passionate about right now?
Well, as I have already introduced myself, basically the most passionate thing I am about right now is the music. I write and compose my own music. I post it to Spotify and YouTube, and I'm trying to make it big. I already have some views and listenings, but I'm trying to make it even bigger. So that's the one thing that I'm the most passionate about. And also my favorite food, I don't know, I couldn't choose. Maybe pizza. I like it most. Yeah.
And tell me, how was to have cancer in your country?
To be honest, considering Bosnia as a Eastern European country, as a post-socialistic country, it wasn't that difficult because I was treated in the capital, Sarajevo. Sarajevo is a relatively good city. It has very high quality hospitals and everything, and also doctors and the nurses were really kind and nice to me. To be honest, I wouldn't say it was really difficult, and the country was paying for like majority of my treatment. I only had to pay for some additional supplements like vitamins, proteins, and all that I would have to take. But also sometimes I could get it through the country's money, some of that treatment.
Okay.
So it wasn't really that difficult, but I cannot say for myself because I had acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which was found relatively early. So the treatment didn't have to be like extreme intense, so it was easy. But I also had a friend who had acute myeloblastic leukemia, and he had to be transported to Italy to do the transplantation because we cannot do transplantations in Bosnia.
And do you know many cancer survivors, and how can you describe them?
Well, speaking of my country, we have around 50 active survivors right now in Bosnia. And in general, I have met a lot of you in Vienna last year, sorry, in November. And maybe I know around 100 people, and generally I would describe them as very strong and confident people who know what they want in life, people who know how to appreciate life mostly. And it's a great pleasure to hang out with these people because being with someone who has gone through the same as you have and sharing the experiences and knowing you are not alone, it's very comforting, like psychologically.
Side effects from cancer actually you like, or your favorite superpower?
Well, as a superpower, to be classified as that, one thing that I have noticed after the treatment is that I have become like really resistant to cold weather. I mean, I have been also resistant before, but after the treatment, I could go in like minus 20 degrees weather with just a simple jacket, and I don't even feel cold. I don't know, my body heats me up enough. So that's only after the treatment. So I don't know if chemotherapy or corticosteroids have messed up with something, but I don't know why. I like it, to be honest. But one downside of that is that I'm not really resistant to hot weather. So if it's like 25, I have to get in like t-shirt and wear shorts. I get really hot and I get nervous. I hate when I'm hot, when I'm sweating. So that's one downside of that.
What is the weirdest or funniest thing that someone have told you about having cancer or about the treatment?
Well, to be honest, I cannot really remember if someone told me a weirdest thing. But the thing that helped me the most was the day after I got my diagnosis. One guy from my survivors group here in Bosnia he came and visited me to tell me how everything is going to be okay. One day when I finish that, I can join the survivors group. And it's not just in Bosnia, it's also across the whole Balkan and across the whole Europe. He was telling me about all of you. So that kind of helped me. But to find it weird, I didn't really find it weird, but it was the biggest thing somebody has told me while dealing with the cancer.
And have you ever used the C card, or do you joke about having cancer?
Well, I joke a lot, even more than I should, especially with my friends that know what I've been through and such things. And my jokes can get like really, really messed up. And people often look at me like, bro, are you okay? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And my jokes, it surprises people that I have finished it and now I'm good. And I even joke about it. But what else can I do? Cry about it? No.
Yeah.
And most of the people that have finished their treatment have like really dark humor about themselves. I mean, I don't joke about somebody's condition. I never do that, but I joke about my own. It's I have a right to do it.
And what changes would you like to see in your country to support better cancer patients or cancer survivors?
Well, right now, what changes what I like to see and what we are actively working on is the follow-up project to help the people that have finished their treatment about the possible consequences, possible side effects, and all that stuff to raise the awareness, but still to be in the limits, not to scare those people, to raise the awareness enough, but not to scare them like you will have some problems, your liver, your kidneys will die, and something like that. We are trying to do that right now to have that proper follow-up project, but it cannot be just implemented quickly. It has to go through the whole country systematically, at least to begin with it in Sarajevo, in the capital of Bosnia. And then we can spread to some big cities like Tuzla, Mostar, and other cities in Bosnia. So that's the biggest project and the biggest aspiration that we have right now here in this country.
Very nice. And what is the name of your organization?
In English, it's Heart for Kids. In Bosnian, it's Srce za djecu, which means the same.
And you're only focusing on children or also adolescent?
Well, not just children. We also focus on adolescents, but to be honest, young adolescents who have been treated at like maybe 20 years maximum. But main focus, to be honest, is on the children. I have told you before, we have rehabilitational camps that we have the children. We also have like meetings with the children, psychologists visit them and all that. But we also help young adolescents. That's one thing that they help you with.
Which word describe you that doesn't have anything to do with cancer? That you were like that before having cancer, or that and you're still like that?
Well, one thing that I would like to describe myself and people even describe me is stubborn. Because when I have something in my mind, when I imagine something, I do not listen to anyone. I just go by my own and also maybe persistent. I was like that before cancer, but I think the cancer just amplified that that personality trait that I already have. So when I want to do something, when I want to succeed in something, I'm really persistent and stubborn. I don't listen to anyone tell me you cannot do that, it's impossible, you are not made for that, or something like that. I just don't listen to them. I do it my own, and then in most of the cases, I prove them wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I say, yeah, you were right. Maybe I'm not made for that. But in most of the cases, I know I know what I'm capable of doing, and I can estimate myself.
Thank you, Amar, for the interview.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a great pleasure. I hope I could answer some of your questions, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Bye.